And most over-the-counter options won't prevent people catching the virus.
They're not very effective. After all, the virus can be also infect you via your eyes. It basically likes to land on the mucous membranes and then from your eyes go down into your nose anyway. So I think people should not bother with face masks.
Morena.
So how does it feel to be wearing a mask on public television?
I'm just getting a bit of practice in case I need one. But New Zealanders, as we know, we're just not used to wearing these things.
No.
But they're actually a great precaution to have available if we get a resurgence in New Zealand. Why not get all the school children in New Zealand to start making these for themselves and their families?
I just want to reiterate the message, and some of you may have heard the interview that Kim Hill did with virologist Chris Smith from Cambridge University. He was very clear on this.
Those face masks are absolute rubbish and they do absolutely nothing.
You can use a face mask if you like, but it is not really any protection. This is a homemade mask, which there are various patterns for on the internet. I've also had a lovely one sent by a member of the public, which has got the TARDIS on it, which is nice. Wearing a mask. I can tell you, having been in Switzerland, where there was not a mask to be seen, that it is an incredibly important thing that we can all do to protect ourselves and others.
Your views on masks, because a lot of people are going out, buying up their hand sanitizer, buying masks and also toilet paper. But is there any reason why masks are something that people should be using?
So for the general public, if you don't have symptoms, there's no need to wear a mask. The thing is, the virus can still get in through your eyes. You don't need to be wearing a mask all the time unless you are symptomatic, you have symptoms. And so there's a lot of people buying them thinking they're being protected. There are different types of masks. So the ones that people are buying at the supermarket are what are called surgical masks. They're the rectangular ones. And you'll see that they've got gaps in the back here. So they're not fully protecting you.
Cabinet has decided to move to mandating the wearing of face coverings on public transport for level 2 and above. These new orders will come into force from Monday. This isn't a decision we took lightly, but we know masks protect you and the people around you.
You know, if you actually explore what happened in 2020 when we had all the public health preparations carefully planned, definitely saying no, absolutely not, we shouldn't be masking healthy people, it will do more harm than good. And then around early summer 2020, they all flipped and did a huge U-turn. And that wasn't in response to any emerging new robust evidence that masks were effective. And we look for clues in what was happening there. And just to give a few circumstantial bits of evidence, Deborah Cohen, a very respected BBC Newsnight reporter at the time, was informed that political lobbying was the reason why the WHO changed its mind on this.
The debate is deeply political. Newsnight understands that the World Health Organization committee that reviewed the evidence for the use of face coverings in public didn't back them, but after political lobbying, the WHO now recommends them.
I think people should not bother with face masks.
I'm just getting a bit of practice in case I need one. They're actually a great precaution. Why not get all the school children in New Zealand to start making these for themselves and their families?
You can use a face mask if you like, but it is not really any protection. Wearing a mask. It is an incredibly important thing that we can all do to protect ourselves and others.
The virus can still get in through your eyes. Surgical masks are the rectangular ones, and you'll see that they've got gaps in the back here, so they're not fully protecting you.
But we know masks protect you and the people around you.